that is regressive, is marks of double taxation, and the people of Ghana should not suffer further taxes. Our financial institutions and the banks should not be made to pay E-levy. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I'm serving you notice. I have courtesy to listen. I have listened to my colleagues have listened to me, Mr. Speaker, because we do not support the E-levy. The minority group led by me, after listening to the majority leader, will not be associated with any further proceedings on the E-levy. We will mark that. We want to be recorded that when E-levy was brought to the A Parliament, we stood together, opposed to it. We asked for its rejection, and we said we would not support it, Mr. Speaker.
Do we effectively want to stop E-levy?
On that note, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for the opportunity and to ask President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to withdraw this punitive, regressive, insensitive tax, and that we do not support it, and you don't need any vehicle for chop to go and collect E-levy. The telephones are already taking it. You only need to engage them. But I understand that there are other fintech institutions. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I'll disappoint you because I'm concluding, Mr. Speaker. I know that you are time man. So what is it? So, Mr. Speaker, this side, we don't support E-levy. We will not support E-levy. Count us out of it. They can proceed with whatever business they want to do. I thank you. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Further consideration, I propose to put the question on the whole motion. The question is that those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it.
An act to impose a levy to be known as the electronic transfer levy on electronic transfers to enhance revenue mobilization by broadening the tax base and to provide for
Right, that was your for Dwabo Ase or Power 97.9 of Facebook TV XYZ. A browser so mine better than and some hodwa. A course for your memono, ye be bobo, who ye be bium, nafe ye be share. See a bit my pen, some no do na puma sibra. Come in, can ye Abidja for so I a crado. HB ever come rush with your face. So I say State of the Nation's address and as on my Ghana a Bobreno, a 170. My penny another Danko Kufado, Edababa Tuja, and I no pay. Now saying I'm rushing with your fee, ACTA, Sabre, ye Case, Yanamusini, and I say, same training or war, rushing with your fee, or therefore, Betche, everybody so not Yanin Edin Como. But I beg your for many or more Ebedin command pay, Asaki Samson, I won't go bit, on the Executive Secretary, and my Importers and Exporters Association. Sounds like Michael Ni ya boy anan financial analyst on so dwumadi so ayene no eba abetwetwe nkomo anopay te se de ohunu wo TV kama wase na tade fita sake so agene fugu te se medie wase medie die o ye sure se miko fafiri baabi me ye sure se wa bra ye hye nkomo na ase no obechichi but sabre yankom rase bedwafie na ewom sa mesre de so Ghana fo bebre su na yeni nkomo kakra menua eye odefo beche say na no mamusiti anopay wabra ekwanda wose mampanyin nanado ebeba bema State of the Nation's address mraso bedwafo no dodo na aba na therefore
yeah kwame tamri thing kwa kama yeshe ni se o mampanyin ba dit ya me speaker na hu speaker abata me wo no office but na so bedwafo nyama metina ate and abedia nka no du pepe nka na so bedwo be say it mediate but and now quite that soon going to be a better in Tamas and no. It's in a shame when you come to I said, speaker the back. Now, the Medina Akana, the association, too far there. But super young child, but Timbani empty. Timbani empty for now.
To say, if we know what they are, TV no so say Chimbano, empty, baby, I would try no, near you, cameraman, more cameras in a Dodona, but what Bonte one most say, a good year, chairman, near Henenum, Asha say, Woody Agrokete, Edia him, Agbajane, Dambase, Edia him, Enimuho, Ubet Kahun for Nika Gata, Titu, Yeti radio so.
Ebanisi, no far we see no police soldier for president obey inspector police in the police for the soldier for no way anymore and no more in a baba so they are there then when Motina who say amount for display culture you or the Montana in the end I was diplomat I actually start to come or my penny can almost so if you man so fine. Police company for IDP in a bed so the call so around a woman bambo near the hospital they show man penny.
Or therefore answer our economic community kai. If you rab see a nay, what him Russia with your phone be casa say Dom Kuma or say Dom Cassia would be casa. Or money that so be say man penny ever by casa or mine of Wajo.
And from any see amount for name in commodity said ya to and say no better to work a young pouch now man penny de Nadu December but two Ghana and Senate Ghana publicity and away be a member of parliament who are doing said now shame and when I'm saying E-levy and this time common. But to pay my lucky me were honorable for former mayor of Accra and anti-fabric my way I will maintain our animal. It's in Abic South. I will maintain our hand. It will be to make me put on what to the later at the end of season. I can't credit now on my opinion about the PMS. I didn't know shame so bad or I can't want it.
Oh, credit, I'm a believer. The true state of the nation or better you. Says amount for air bread. Says on my marketing. Says it can your mind. Demand for mine. Indeed. Then will say, yeah, na Omano, the two, maybe Bia Korean, and also did to you. Then there's a man, Benin now, Obeka said, Bia, you're okay. Then there's a better now, Obeka said, and Yana, yeah, they're beginning night, and the state of the nation address of the mind. And it's Yama Kosu, then a month for air bread. Then you do many cool. Petrol go across road. Na hardship wuku. Amata was a man paying ordinary because there was no prayer or the two, not the mind.
Okay.
So that's all people for now. Basically,
oh, so also Cassette. Or no, as a man pay, you say, or money, or you say, amount for air. When you say amount for transportation fare, when you say BPI, hardship, and amount for that one, and on the woman, so no man in white chapter, and also the available. But so balance was BPI, a come, economy go, BPI, we are using
That's right. Now, may I show so what Brian Quay, you know, some Panika say we are only do now Becassa. But I dear back last one because when I had a formal premise, and I say, Yankomo Trichian, I say, Honorable Neelanti van der Poy, Ododio constituency was with here. But Asaki, something I won't go bit a executive secretary, Emma Importers and Exporters Association, and of his Michael Ni, Yaboy Anai. And so a financial analyst of ya and anybody go. Now, why a niente idea way I say, Nra, answer na E-levy no Russia with your phone dom, Cassia, no Bedia Tumuno. You will send an ambulance be a see a yam Russia with your fear anymore. Ambulance no Nessie war your day, one and another womb. Yatis a member of parliament, members of parliament in the Bako, or a moon and none will die and buy money but to buy no crack.
I mean, and I can't have to make me but at the time of place, my will be one for and cracker, and where to make dinner course in a future room. woman no more hanam, woman no money hanam. Me contract and goes to proceedings. And I say, Honorable Kujukum, MP for Hunter West, and it didn't so a present and but Nyanka man from any year, it is not ambulance to one. Said a man for canon. Then no a present, yeah, it's my basket.
Hey,
ambulance.
What can't tell me why a present? But
or cut between whom say MP for Hunter West or come and bet or present yesterday proceedings.
okay, medase Betty, even see a better banche, wabra ye coin, but yan say and come out to and say, Mamuti or radio, so power 979, Facebook Live, Maminton Kana face or WhatsApp and so on so for a drink channel, Susu Ebra. Yan shall say free E-levy and come bono, baby abedru, and you two ma and a face of court and a muntua, Dom Kumana say war babitu, baby I abedru, you who is a mention say free or Michael. Ni ya boy anai enchai eja akwaba
yeah
fantastic be sha say free one ni esi wo mra so bedwa fie nenne ya bedrum pempen so aye say momotu ana say E-levy ya je atum no hu ne say
well me to me hu say very simple say omo aya to it say they are desperate. Chese omo aye ni ombeye nyina.
How many omo no?
Oh, the majority.
Okay.
Omo aye ni ombeye nyina. Omo afa kwan bia ombefa so. Na enra no otumi hu se omo adu pempen so bia obi a ejino mochie ka chiro se munye ni amubeye nyina. And it surely it's from the presidency. Say look, munye ni amubeye nyina. Even if it is to commit an illegality, munye na yem pasi.
Edie ne wo ni omoye ya edan na di se ase obi se omachi ena epiepie mo so mo fa patapa akwan so enje ade we ntum te se de opachi.
Well, sir, enyesa anka. I felt say ruling of the Supreme Court no. Omo na mo praises our ruling no more than criticizing it. Omo can say a ruling papa. Na sa ruling no can say ye wo koruma ye di tina parliament and I san wo koruma ye di ye voting.
That's right.
And for a majority leader with that experience no ne esa ko ye no say on fresh speaker attention to the effect say ni aye no an illegality because we don't have the numbers and na omunim because utia ebinom ka say speaker and can home
minority
yes
yeah
na on fair vote no? Yes
one can home
enti on him
no for question him
enti on him na lawyer be can say ubu eyimra no so Supreme Court nia ohihye no edi maye no ubu so ubeko jail. I think this is the time say they should implement it.
It's one ubeko jail.
I say omu nyina omu tena mu no they are all in contempt of yes. Obia.
Speaker count.
So no so count. So no offer vote no. Yeah, say you film. Yes, that's where we have to go. Say Supreme Court and also no Supreme Court into me and find a warning and nipe and can say niamuye and it's an illegality and mumbra na yemu say. But if anyone should take it up now, say and
it looks like minorities are and I'm on no butu. Obesho more inquiry, someone koso. We did say bibi papa bibi to me free. Sana mon 20 mamba.
Say and testy law, so that you be the absurdity of some of the things we do just for politics. E-levy moi semra, moi bumra. E-levy parliamentary proceedings more say no. Well, court direction beer or China bino, it will be very difficult to have parliament cooperating with each other between minority no any majority no. It will this thing will go beyond this parliament because near sa mo try to one and and it will affect us in future. You know you have a hang parliament. So say you have issues with your numbers. But say president ebeba be ye ni sona a obenya bibia ka enti no
now so na birthday
exactly you have to move heaven and earth.
Okay.
O share swa ade it was they were not notified on time. Ade no eba through car say omu tinemu enye. And you saw how things went.
And to confirm, Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Bagbeneka say, "Hey, Ade has improved na ede aba." But at that point, you know, nabi bi wo ho bit my speaker no.
They be
sabab profimu.
Ade no more boni dimboni. Omo boni dimboni. Omo ka say the speaker or sheda no yari or sheda no call for the medical review or yes say or sheda sorry. When in fact no muna mun to mean Ghana mu names together. Wow. And it is either to blame the minority or to blame the speaker. Sa no mo ya enti ni omo penu mu fa momu enu ana speaker eye enra no.
Okay. Ma memfa Samson ye beba eye E-levy se say aya atum ni nsunsu so. But that's in ye bedru on ye nyina mrato bedwa fie wa. Ebi mo say walk minority no walk out no omega because it appears they did not stay on to fight. Only omo ya adwen wo.
Oh, me that's ma me share with for ina. Na me share Mr. Nia me baba to no ene. And I for ina. The agenda say I don't think Ghana wanted to revisit the equipment during the time of swearing in of our parliament, the 8th parliament, and during the time of electing our speaker. What happened wasn't the best way for a country like Ghana, which is practicing a democratic credentials, which other countries are coming here to even study our democratic system. I think, to me, I strongly don't believe that those who are criticizing the minority, that why did they take a walkout instead of them to stay in the floor of the August House and fought or threw arms or what happened the last time. No? I strongly believe that shouldn't be the way to go. For me, I think that they have made the protest. They've registered that they were not going to take part in that decision making, and their leaders spoke and walk away, and the rest follow. I think that is the best way. The other way I think they should be pressing the minority is when from there they didn't get set. They moved to court, I think, that very day. To file a petition or whatever, or a motion to challenge stay of execution to make sure that they don't this bill doesn't get to the president don't sign, and then it doesn't implement it. But that is the that is the democratic way. Should be the best way to use the systems to solve their grievances. Well, you wouldn't know what would have been give and take, and where would that give and take would have heated to resulted as a country. And I strongly believe that the best way they took was to walk away. Okay. Because this is not the first time that a minority in parliament walked away from a decision taken. It happened during when NDC was in power, when the minority at the time used to do the same thing. What I want to add is that the speaker himself, some few months ago, came to the floor of the House and used some, some idiomatic expressions to communicate with Ghanaians that if something is not done some people may not end up getting their pay. Some time ago, you heard me there, you heard the speaker said that, meaning meaning he was convinced that if the E-levy is not passed, it will come to a point that government cannot get money to do what? To pay employees, government employees or public sector workers. As we speak, I think I'm told say sometime last month. And this month.
Okay, was what the entire occasion and say as someone net done the new na no done the chairman sign. Stating a statement of fact.
As somebody done is because the finance minister kept on lamenting of he not getting the first quarter was going, the amount of revenue he was losing because they have made their projections. If E-levy had passed at the time the budget was approved.
And so it's not different from what the finance minister has said.
Exactly. Yeah. So when we were asking whether should we blame the speaker for staying there or should we blame the majority side, I strongly believe that the speaker has already even pray was his brain that there was a need for the country to pass that email.
Oh, how?
Of course, because his own
now
statement.
Speaker, no,
But the Speaker to come to Parliament and make that statement. What was it? You are the media.
Yeah.
Were you able to go and push the Speaker? This statement that you made, that if something is not done, something is not will not be able to
catch you say,
what is it?
And I catch you say, he was only stating and you, I won't comment. What James is here say? Finance Minister Krabutra, some for unit today.
No, but it doesn't allow on the mouth of because the Speaker not a neutral person. It doesn't allow on his mouth to make that statement when he's sitting on the chair. Leave that to the majority to discuss that. I hope you get it. Because when the same Speaker, when he said he was calling the Minister of Finance, he was not taking. He was complaining. Was he not complaining? That he called the Minister of something he didn't take. Now who was not doing the bidding for the Minister? He is the Speaker. So don't blame the minority too much. Don't blame the majority too much. The Speaker has played a role.
A role playing in this.
And the role none of playing, and that was why he.
And role Ben will play.
Of course, who posed the questions? Why didn't you draw the majority attention that? But the rule of the Supreme Court is to bind the whole Parliament.
Yes.
And in the Parliament, the number one is the Speaker, isn't it?
Yes.
And so if there was this rule from Supreme Court, are you telling me that when the minority walk out, the Speaker wouldn't have elected the majority that we don't have the numbers?
No, per rules of engagement when Russia be refusing no. Speaker now free ni pe mu aka say, hey, the Supreme Court can you?
Are you telling me that when the Supreme Court gave the ruling, they didn't write to the Parliament?
Better maybe say debate in the Speaker no.
Are you telling me that when there was a rule of majority quorum and other things, are you telling me that they didn't write to the Speaker of Parliament through the clerk?
I'm making reference to say the Russia be refusing.
But is it not Parliament procedure and rules that they use in guiding them in their sittings that the Supreme Court tells them that no, this cannot be this is that.
And the same procedure and I'm say Speaker na no per the procedure no or no free ni pe because say we SNT if
the Speaker there's a rule
sana procedure
okay, as my colleague here is saying, say Speaker majority those who sat and think that is illegality. For that matter, they should be prosecuted. What do you think about what do you think about that? What about that? I strongly believe that if there was a rule through in the Supreme Court, whatever, don't forget that whatever the Parliament is doing, if you get to court and it is illegality, it doesn't go in consonance to our 1992 Constitution. It can be someone can challenge it, then the Supreme Court can overrule it null and void, isn't it? One of those things that someone went to court and challenged and they said that the deputy speakers can cast their vote because they are still a sitting member of Parliament. And they talk about what is quorum and what is not quorum. And so it's a rule. It's supposed to ban Parliament. And the Speaker cannot sit there and flout that rules. So are you telling me that anything that is done from the court about Parliament, it's written? And if you remember this, as Osimnov or Saf, the MP, the one who's having the
case,
good. The Speaker said that he has not received any official written through whether the clerk to him or whatever. Yes, so you are telling me till this ruling, the Speaker office has not been served. Is that what you're telling me? So the Speaker himself is a lawyer and he knows the magnitude of it. And the Speaker, you are telling me that even if the Speaker has forgotten, the clerk of the Speaker cannot draw the Speaker attention. But yesterday you seen that the clerk was going up doing consultation. Sometimes he went to Oforiata, sometimes he comes back to the Speaker. I am sure, you saw that later, during the second reading, he has to do amendment. So that you now bring it from the 1.75 to 1.50. Is that not it? So after the second reading, they did that all those amendments before it then went through third reading. Before the Speaker then approved it, the bill was then approved.
Another question that for Busa under certificate of agency. But Mam for Michael.
But I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
I'm told where I have my issues is that I'm told that yesterday's sitting through the parliamentary hazard or whatever they have it, their rules laid down procedure. E-levy wasn't part of the order of the day. And you can't tell me that there was a certificate of agency within an hour to the sitting that came to the parliament. Though sometimes it happens. But this e-levy issue that we all know has nothing to do with certificate of agency. Nobody was dying in Ghana.
And say, I need a certificate of agency, saying you do Juma.
No, it do happens. The certificate of agency.
See,
1 hour to parliament. 1 hour to, yes, they can bring it. But this is a national issue that we all are aware that we need to, all of us must agree, compromise before anything can be done. And I'm saying that as part of their sittings for yesterday, E-levy wasn't part of it. President was in Tamale to commission the listen. Even some minority members, I'm told, say, were taken to go and join the president to do it, because most of Tamale Central alone has about 5 MPs or so. Tamale North, Tamale Central, AB Fusini, and others. They are they are all within
the Tamale enclave.
The really good former presenter, Honorable Sohene and others. Honorable Sohene, they are all from the same enclave. So they were supposed to be there to support the president to do what? To commission the listen. Some of them were on their way at airport when they heard that this thing had come, and they have to return back to parliament. So truly, if it is true that they didn't get the majority, to the extent that they even have to bring in someone who was not well in an ambulance, and your reporter have just vindicated us by saying that this morning when you went to check the parliamentary hazard, that record, because parliament is a record keeping,
House of Record.
House of Record. So the name was there, but the man was not sitting in the floor of the parliament. That alone is also an illegal, because you can only be counted when you are sitting in the house of the August House when their debate is going on. But he was not, and to him, his family, why should I do that?
Okay, and also your question, but I'm from Michael. Michael, I'm sure say some of the issues are Asaki raising and Opus all reacted to. That family bedroom where financial analysts no family bedroom pempen so way. He say Ghana for yembo boy who said dear near baby guru e ba yesika se yesika da ye phone so yesika da sika krabia e bi krat I shall say kra say momo no kra de me ye free phone so say kra de me deactivate e hon ye kwa kodura na nsu so aso be den enti.
Well, this is was on the every say wa onim say sisia ankasa no inflation so na eko we su be ka ho nia E-levy ya mo passi ebe ye no say ade no ye ton no 1000 cedis and then no ye di 17.89 abeka ho 17 Ghana cedis abeka ho na 15 cedis was 17.89 nemono.
So about 1.50.
Yes, so to dear 1000 cedis. Now VAT was so no be let's say 192.5 cedis. Now usa tia E-levy iswa account of 70 cedis 17.89 cedis no. Adia ubeton no 1125 no 0.5 no se sia no beton 1210.
The difference of 17 point something no?
Exactly
it, yeah.
Which has been added to it, and prices have shot up. Now mind you, you can almost see 300 cedis threshold, and then 300 cedis and to me feel will tank will car tank 300 cedis and to me feel make it a cab kitwe beer yeah midi year round say this 1.5 hybrid cars ni tank back then no me to 80 cedis na ayema me to 240.
Wow.
And sana manya full tank, right? Now 240 no has exhausted almost 90% of sa 300 cedis na ya mamino. So just imagine say me fill me tank me didi me my busia foska ni bibia no already no my threshold is gone. Musi yen no yen here for
that means the 300 for per year no per annum.
The 300 is it per annum? It's a month. It's a month.
It's a month
per month.
Okay.
Exactly. Now look at also another situation for a company omutia and now say they will stay in business or more expenditure for one particular month, no, it's over 400,000, or let's say 400,000. Just say every month, no, they will spend extra 7,000 cedis. For a whole year, 72,000 cedis for E-levy alone. What you have done, say, you have made business more unattractive. Already, no, Ghana, no, your expenditure, that was shrewd. And what we should do to attract
in government
in terms of running every business.
Okay.
Some TV, maybe you will not have those information. But mo camera here, see your name. Ubetono Ghana.
Of course.
Ni buono. Now, if you move just next door, Togo, Nigeria, and these cameras comes cheaper. Your import issues, it is because say utia diarrhea untia. So when I'm paying my port charges, no so mintia. Well, our appetite say we will raise revenue and all that, has led us to take decisions and reasonable.
But raising revenue, say yeah.
Raising revenue, when you pa.
At this time,
now there was several tools the raising revenue, but tax any fair horizontally and vertically no any tax papa.
To say E-levy.
To say E-levy. Say woni na ye ji aketua baako 1,000 cedis. Now we decide say wo no wo beyan bibia kasha wo wontua bio. Me no, if I decided say may you see these applications and all that to pay for goods and services, no, me metia. At the end of the day, what you have done say yeah, what the same level, no, yeah, tax back. 2, obisua horizontally, no, or vertically, no, or aketia to say 2,000.
Yeah.
Or no, why you not doing say E-levy on you see to say me you see that you see that. When Momo started, I have never used
do any Momo account.
They be me be that. Because I even criticize say the charges no are moji or Momo no. It is not fair.
Now buying so the account.
Buy also the ODB account.
And as I said, you better something will feel.
Oh, me there be me name send your manager.
Bansanke ye anymore cashless society.
Na ye nyina ya dwene se ye boabo bia no ka obia bom se obia be ka Ghana financial system no na issues of monitoring, issues of reporting, issues of taxation to say near monitoring say way yeah juma say way yeah juma way any bibia and sika free ning na no ye betumi aho anu asensen ye no. We have lost that. That financial inclusion now, ye per se ye building no, it is gone.
But at the end of the day, Benya sika di 2 man pon.
Debi. Trying hamuntu America boni. This tax will fail.
Hey!
Oh yes.
Ebe fail.
Oh yes, this tax will fail. Now Bisao say finance minister ebe ye ni press conference no. From the dimina ni bibiano on pre ni ho enkoji 2 billion loan no no pre ni ho agi 6 billion and amede beba ni amenyu an kan say speaker saying say yan to me am pass bill ya ketu an sem kra beye. I think it is something that has been said by the finance ministry to them. Just said they have blackmailed everybody with E-levy. Now E-levy no, your own projections ne say ebe 6 billion. Your salary budget no, it is over 33 billion. And how can E-levy 6 billion be responsible for 33?
But Roads and Highways Minister the Okan nanu ya encheche mu ye say ye be kwa gosi ya wo ye be collateralize no.
Okay.
Enya no na ebia ebe boama sika
na enyo moa so no mbeka say we prefer taxation to debt. And the people there are confused. And you see, what I find strange in this country, Ghanaians will not protest. They expect minority they did not vote for should go and protest. And on top of it, now the pressmen, the microphone, I call Gina MP and him say MP, Aden Parliament. What did we call them? We call them tax. You saw Reverend Ministers saying, oh, this is not something that has to go on. And look, the Constitution give us that authority. Say, so be fa point boniso. 1992 Constitution or Tugua. Yensu or Manfono. Yenfa point boniso and restore the Constitution. And yes, sir. So when people commit an illegality, it is right under the Constitution that you can equally commit an illegality to correct it.
Two rights don't make, also two wrongs don't make right.
Do two rights make a wrong?
But in fact, something, brother. Let me tell you something. So, Asana, your State of the Nation's address. E-levy insurance transfer. The Roads and Highways Minister can say, "Yeni be kwa kusi awa. Ebien semno enim. Emi who say ebia sika pi beba." And then there's also an argument say, "CFA E-levy kwa so an ebia investor bit baby. Omoko our bond market. Omo say, oh, he said the anye bia no. I hear sika bi beba Ghana footwo. It is said the betimi abobombo sia." And don't swear. Exactly.
See, the point is, how many times didn't they present budget of 2020, 2021 and talk of route? Well, you can put 2020, 2021 on the verge of the COVID-19. What about 2017, 2018, 2019? What about 2022 budget, Mujian, apart from 6 billion now you are struggling? But let's ask ourselves, let us be relevant. National budget. The government and the finance minister don't see the reason why they should go around regions to do town hall meeting to ask the people, we want to prepare national budget. What is your opinion? And what are your saying?
Yeah.
But a national budget we're supposed to get how much? You are a finance guy, man. This year we're supposed to get how much?
The revenue line was
value that they said they will rate the country 8.3 billion. No? But how much was the budget for 2022?
2022, the revenue, yes, the revenue projected is 100.5 billion.
E-levy. So you could see clearly, which is more huge to consult the people in terms of we are putting them on scale. Okay, to measure it. I think national budget ought to have listened from the grasses what they want, your community, what do you want. So we want to raise this revenue. When we raise this, how it's going to be extra. I've heard somebody this morning saying, okay, if E-levy will come to stay, then they should bring E-levy PIAC. Because when the energy was coming, so you should bring E-levy PIAC. If you are to always find out what do you say you use this money for, and you've collected, what have you used it for? Yeah, like I was saying that if the minister say we are cutting 30% government appointees back to the consolidated account, you put it there and go behind the scene and take the money. But tell us what you're going to use it for, so we can all monitor. Our eyes can be there, our minds can be there. Let me tell you, what E-levy seek to do, and this current dispensation, I ran an interview yesterday, and I said, this is not the right time. This is not the right time. The timing was very bad. President birthday was yesterday. Ball was playing yesterday. President was commissioning the interchange yesterday. Then you smuggle this thing in. I'm sure today is because of the ball. The ball has superseded everything. That was a strategist. Finance is a very strategist. Look at the timing that he put it in. Yes, so the ball came to cover everything. So even if you are discussing the E-levy impact, we have to push E-levy discussing properly to somewhere next week. Because as we speak now, the attention is on our
sure.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Qualifying to go to
Qatar
2022.
Qatar
2023, right? Or 2022?
23.
2023. Then the State of the Nation address is what?
2022.
2022, yes.
Yeah.
And the State of the Nation address is today. So you can see the time. Where is the space to discuss it properly? But let me tell you something. What it intends to do, and I don't trust our court now as what is happening.
Hey, somehow okay, dangerous.
Yes, I don't trust.
Won't trust the court.
No. The minority running to court will not solve the problem. What if they go to court tomorrow and I think they went to Supreme Court, right?
Yes.
And Supreme Court say, okay, it is right. Where do you go?
I said the Supreme Court
No. The Supreme Court has been swallowing the 8-0 ruling all the time.
They are free to change.
So the Supreme Court can decide to say the country need money. So what
hey, Supreme Court bet Magasa.
Why can they say?
On one I can ask them.
Okay, so let's wait till we hear the case go through, then you can come back to discuss. I'm here. I'm in Ghana. I'm not going anywhere, isn't it? Even if I travel, I come back. Let's wait till I am saying that where the minority went, I don't subscribe to it because I'm not sure something good will come from that place in their favor to strike it down. What I foresee the way forward is that Ghanaians, this hard times for Ghanaians. Ghanaians are not happy. It's going to strike down the progress that the vice president has laid for some time now. This financial inclusive, the language that he used, okay, where banks, and I put market today's date and the time I'm speaking, I'm sure some research institutions from April 1st, if the implementation should go, if assuming they've sent the letter to the bill to president, and president should send either as he's come to parliament, he will announce to us that he signed it this morning, or after parliament he will go and sign that law, and he's looking forward to see his finance minister implementing that law into the latter to raise the needed revenue that the government are buying. Then what is going to happen is that by the researchers who commission research within April, May, June, that's another quarter, isn't it? To see how many people are using their bank application to do their transfers. The Bank of Ghana, where they are going to get us, and let Ghanaians be very careful. The Bank of Ghana has some policy called E-CD.
That's right.
You write your check. I will say I'm not going to I'm saying I'll issue a check. I will no longer do mobile money if I'm to go by that. You issue your check to your bank, they will have your details, then they will tell, okay, we don't have fiscal cash for you. We will put it to your mobile money for you. That is where. So that's where you can go to court and say, look, you can't tell me that I want cash. So that is what is going to happen. Those who say, "Oh, I will not use the mobile money. I will not use my mobile money. I would rather prefer to issue my
system."
You go to the check, and they tell you, "Okay, yes, Mr. Ni, thank you. We know that you needed the fiscal cash,
yes,
but unfortunately, we don't have the fiscal cash. But we can give you soft cash. So we'll lock it into your account." That is where they are going to. I'm telling you,
unlawful.
That is where they are going to get everybody. Whether you are issuing a check or you are taking momo or what. So far you go to the bank tell you they don't have the fiscal cash for you, but they give the soft cash. You have. No, your bank say I don't have the fiscal cash for you. It's soft cash. Then you spend. You also have maybe your mother is sick, your child is sick. Your uncle is at the verge of dying. Your child is at the verge of dying. They are sucking your child's school fees. Your wife they are dismissing your wife maybe from they will not they detain because you cannot pay the medical bills. At that point in time, it's life and death. Which one do you choose?
Good question. But you to me can you State of the Nation's address? Wabra wo de apem ho no. Na you State of the Nation's address. Your book en nyina e ka o man Ghana your bobre ho. Michael, you measure as you free ho no. You can say Mampenny, of course, a idea of Babe. Mampenny, the other kind, dear pan, our animal say, or Boswa, a bit more minor boy journal.
Well, I think, responsibility I had shared in some. And in a kai in terms of the social contract with the people. Or share and bosse Obama Sikana Yetisono. obetu ama abeka yensem ana enyesa anti ebe hwese ni kasa mu no obeche yense ni asika no abedu yensem. On the other hand, your macroeconomic stability, so be hwese obetumi aka ho asem senia sidi no apansam no no so ye be hwe yesa ebe hwe ye security asem say you can't security are we safe in this country? The other aspect no so say your foreign relationships me sure say so na ya obekan no dignitaries part of the dignitaries no diplomatic corps no missions no ebeba ho in the wake of say Akodri Bulgaria embassy go Nigeria embassy ya yesa and you bet say obeka hu asem aninia all year found because that responsibility lies squarely on his desk. Nyama we amabuboso ye sika sem ye bambo ho asem relationship with other nations ni ya kufa ni nyina no. I don't think we have done well. That is the state of the nation. We have failed willfully with our macroeconomic economics and COVID and Russia Ukraine. It is just pure recklessness and indiscipline of those who we put in charge of our economic management team and headed by Dr. Baunia and his likes, the trade minister, the finance minister, and all the likes in there. I think what they lack is good judgment. Yeah, be share so say kabia ye didie na decisions bia ya fifa wo krom ha no we bet me the finality abem and all that. We say your banking sector clean up, your Bobby Sandy, na abai ojito was banks are levied, I think 5% on their profits before tax for the bank to repay banking sector cleanup and also acquisition and all that. Your financial sector you see yashemu kena mo ayeding any ekeka ho. Is it the case when we have issues with your bonds na assess the president should come clear to state the truth about the economy and Ghana support. Failure and India were failure that. But I think he should be truthful to himself, he should be truthful to Ghanaians, and he should state it clearly for us. But one person call for now because the language we all spoke into power was not the same language they started speaking a day after getting power. Yes, the language they spoke individually, collectively, behind closed doors, in public, a day after winning election, the language changed. Someone who Sigabe, a day after winning election. Oh, I mean, I make a chill. A day after winning elections. Me see. There were security heads who were falling down in the president's house. Falling down, as I say. Hey. Deliverance. Me see, Dimrika called Jina president. Say when he has not even been declared. Wow. Say binum nya IGP. Anyway, that could be sound common, but some say man from room na twaso. Well, on one case I go for say we across the carpet. And what just say what your man pay back and she be papa be free muma because reality ni be no presented. Also now oba no be presented reality ni be today, especially when it comes to importers and exporters. Also say man pay be bo sans no so. Am I de ahoto aba.
Well, I that was why I was thinking that this finance minister economic policy statement before the president's State of the Nation address did not help, because I was expecting say the president would have spoken and say, okay, I'm directing the finance minister to do A, B, C, D to bring some kind of relief to the ordinary Ghanaians. However, it is the finance minister who rather speak first before the president is not coming today. Already, we have seen the policy directions, what the government intends to do, either to bring relief to the ordinary Ghanaians or to bring more hardship. And from the point of view, from yesterday and the day he spoke, he did the press conference, tells that there's going to be more hardship. We should tighten our belt the more because government need more money. So president's coming today. Well, I'm a Kusasi man, and I'm coming from Boku. I'll be happy to hear from what the president the government is doing in terms of the Boku conflict, which is deteriorating, which is where Boku used to be Boku, and now it's becoming like a ghost town. Boku is close to Togo, which we call it the Zankanse, and close to Burkina Faso. So most of our people who do business get like when the government said they were easing the restrictions on the borders. I was happy because Boku. So I want to hear what the president coupled with they say. I heard say Naidi have also written a letter to the president saying say he should allow them to open the case because he said there was a ruling in 2003, but his lawyers has advised him that there was no ruling. So the government should give them the opportunity. They should reopen the case. I want to hear what the president thought, or his advisors have told him about it. Then, coupled with us, he said, what is the security implications about the country and our international relationship, and of course, what is the government doing going forward to make sure that business and investor will have confidence to come to our country, Ghana here, and invest. Looking at E-levy that we are talking about. Some of these things is already putting overburdened. It's a cost. Now, any investor who wants to go to a country to do investment will want to see that his profit will not be tampered with. We want to see that he will grow more of his profit, and then his business can flourish more. So these are survey what will happen. After Port Benjamin values, I'm sure he's going to speak about Benjamin values. And so when he said, so I raised issue in regards to finance minister resource issue that like no duty, no exit. I raised concern about the dangerous cargo. We cannot keep them in our port. I raised issues as to in regards to what will happen to the employees of Ghana Port and Harbour Authority who are working at Golden Jubilee, who are working at Reefer Container Yard and then TBT Container. So these are some of the issues that I'll be looking forward to hear whether if the president have heard the call that I put that they have to relook at that policy again.
Okay, Samson, you said Mampanyi, Nana Danko Kufu, Bubble Boss answer, Mr. Michael, so Dwabo Ase, and Ubra in your mind, and I feel so Samson won't go bet. Also, yeah, that say, Ebusha for Odali France, and Seminganche, Miss Anna say, hey, who knew to say, who Yamin shall say, Okoswa, Ekasama, Ghana for, and I feel so, Roland, Kwafu Jr., so the message, tin by that, Nina and Yoka, Akocha, and say, Kwame, scratch my back, I scratch my back, and then Mamma, Amanyo for Indino. Bibi ayakata so bi wo amanyosemu a endi mwa Ghana for sade na wo se Ghana for edi omani edi achi we no so ye ensem ni bia monso modi aba e WhatsApp no so yeri si a na yamakwan ye bebonwum kakra o TV so ne radio so ajimani power ni obaba betena se ene madi nkomo kakra e wo power mid morning na se enya betom dia ye de mampanyi ne kasa no so e bebrem Power FM and TV XYZ mema munyi na ache bye bye.